Hi Scrappy fans, and welcome back to my channel. I have a first video in a series I'm doing called Find Your Stash, and it is just where I delve into my my scrappy stash, and find bits and pieces to use that I wouldn't normally use or haven't used, and all those things that we buy that we like that we never use. So please feel free to join along and delve into things that you in your stash that you may not use, and yeah, we can just add. I haven't color coordinated this as such. I have just gone with the flow. I've picked some Project Life cards out of my kit, out of my stash, just to work with. So here I am working on the title photo, not so much a card. For this, I'll go to use the black little alphas that you just saw there, but to change my mind to the these tan brownie coloured ones. These are from Case Craft, just because they pop to be better on the page, off the photo. Um, and and I've just titled it Walking Fun, and just made those alphas a bit up and down, up and down. These alphas aren't necessarily something that I would not normally use, but just something I could see that I think would work quite well for this photo. And this is a photo with my crazy puppy dog Archer, who is a nut and enjoys jumping around everywhere, and doesn't matter how much I walk him, he just doesn't seem to lose energy. So yeah, as you can see, just flitting around with this first card just to see what it could use to bring it out. There's not heaps of colour in it. So yeah, and as you can see, it's winter here in Canberra, or was winter in Canberra, and it is freezing in some afternoons, but that's what beanies and jackets are for. So yeah, those little blue stickers I think I brought from Kmart years ago, and I've used bits and pieces. There was that bluey coloured set and there was a gold set. The gold set went really quickly, and there's some blue left over here. So that one's done. I stash it away and move on. Now this video did go for ages because being that it's not, I didn't have a plan for it, I didn't have a colour coordinator, nothing like that. What I would normally do, I sort of flitted around and mucked around with what was going to go where and things like that. So as you can see with this photo, I have that little tag, and then I have this little yellow flower that I am going to put on there because this is a picture of my son and my little daughter, my littlest one, going down the slide of the park. When we went walking, we always had to go to the park. So yeah, and some of these things I don't know where they're from, so I do apologise if they you quite like them. But as I said, they were stuck away, and I just decided that, right, it's time to start using these. These hadn't even been opened, these little flower fabric pieces. So yeah, I changed my mind on this one. I go to put it in, and then I go, nah, that's not going to work. So as you do, change your mind. And just rummaging through. Now, that's my little blue dish of pieces that came in the Kitaholic Kits January kit that's fall. I change that up each month just so everything's available on my desk. So I do cut out, and I cut that out for you. First, you cut out a little leaf that was there, and I add it to the corner and make a bit of a cluster down the bottom here, a small one, but a cluster nonetheless, using this leaf, and then I add something else to it as well. Alright, so I decide to add a little wood veneer heart that also came in the Kitaholic kits this month, or January it is, and just add it to the corner, get to the corner there. Oh goodness, can't talk, sorry about that. Alright, now these cards came from a collection called, I think it's Peace, Love and Sunshine or something like that, and they're quite bubbly little cards. I usually use them, I find, with my kids' books, not so much with, the family album and stuff like that, just because of the colour coordinated on them and things like that. So yeah, flicking through just to decide what I'm going to put on that card, just to pop it up a little bit. As I've said in previous videos, I do sometimes go a little bit crazy with the embellishments, and then have to stop myself. So, I look back and some are, minimally embellished, and then others not so much, but that's just me. I guess that's my style. Alright, so just playing around there. Now that's a little wood veneer butterfly. I think that came in a pack that you can get from Big W, but Kmart and Big W sell those things all now. Those are stores here in Australia for anyone that's not an Australian subscriber. So they're very cute. Again, I have them because I thought I need to have them, and I've barely used them. So yeah, I wanted to use a few of these wood veneer pieces, and you'll see a couple more as the layout progresses on, that are like wood veneer flower. There's a butterfly, and I think I use a little leaf somewhere along the way. So yeah, just finish and just going through this card, adding a bit of sequins to it just to make it glitter a little bit. I wasn't a really big sequins fan once upon a time, a bit fiddly, but yeah, now for some reason I am. I like the way they add a bit of sparkle. Now I've cut a bit out of there, as you probably can tell, because again I just I put that card in, then I took it out because I didn't like it or I wanted something else added to it. So I'm just adding some of these DIY shop gold word stickers, which I actually love. I bought 2 of them from Spotlight a few months back, and I might have to go back and see. Hopefully they have some more because I do like them a lot. All right, now I'm going to get out my diamond press. Now, I quite like this little gadget. I don't always use it as much as I should or could, I guess. So here I'm just flicking through the dies as to what I'm going to put on this picture. It's just a picture of my 3-year-old going down the slide, but I just wanted something on that page. As I said, there's not a lot of colour in this layout, or in this spread in regards to the photo, so I did add some embellishing just to also make it pop out a little bit more. Yeah, just going through my, and now these are my scraps as well. I went through some of my bowl of scrap papers and just picked a few I liked, catch my eye every time I go through it, and was like, yep, that's what I'm going to use. So yeah, that diamond press you can see is quite easy. I don't own any other fancy sort of things, die cutting machines, but this one works for me. It stores away really easily. It works really easily. You can get the dies for it pretty easily. Like I can get them from Spotlight. Yeah, I'm not sure if any other dies work in it. Someone else who might have a diamond press can answer that question. Maybe post in the comments below, and maybe someone else who's watching can give us an answer as to whether or not any other die cuts from other companies can work in them diamond press. Okay, so here I've just, as you can see, I just cut out that heart. Then I've backed it onto some blue paper, just again to highlight it a bit better. I'm just playing around with where it's going to go and sticking it on and all those things. For some reason, I felt the need to highlight around it with my black Sharpie. I'm not really sure what was going through my head then, but hey, we're rolling with it. I usually, as I said, I've usually scrapped with a plan. This time it wasn't, but hey, it works. I ended up being really happy with the way this spread worked out in the end. Took me a while, but I got it done. Just playing with the placement of some blue washi on this piece, and just popping it up with some foam, double-sided foam tape. Sorry guys, you can probably hear my little girl in the background. She's not sleeping. So trying to get this done because I was hoping to get it done over the weekend, but it turned out to be a much busier weekend than I had anticipated. But here it is. Hopefully it's got later. Alright, there's that wood veneer little flower. I just popped that on. Sometimes with the wood veneer pieces too, for those that, might be a bit new to the scrappy world, you can spray some mists on them, and or watercolors even, and sometimes I do that too just to change up the color a little bit. I haven't in this spread, but other spreads I have as well. They're very versatile, I find. You can do different things with them, and yeah, a nice little quick addition to things. Right, now this little piece came in, and some people might remember ages ago, Aldi brought out a whole heap of scrapbooking stuff. And me being me, I was like, yeah, cool, it's not too expensive, I'll go and get some. And I've barely used them. So that little tag that you see there that says, it actually says explore, I have used. I was very happy with that. And the little one in the corner just says right now. It came in a kit I brought, or not a kit, but a little pack I brought on one of the scrapbooking garage sale sites. Really like that acetate butterfly. Always go past it, never use it. Now I have, so yay. And I wanted that to tie together with the card I just popped in that's got the wood veneer butterfly as well. That way they all sort of, I guess, flow together in my mind. That's how I work it anyway. Oh, I had trouble with my corner rounder. I'm still in the hunt for a better one than that one. It was great to start off with, and it's not too expensive, but oh, so much trouble with it. So just fussy cutting out. This came off a cut apart sheet that was in a 6x6 paper pad. I think it's an Amy Tan one. Which one? I'm not sure. I think it says lovingly on it. And this is just a photo of me with my son and my little girl, my 3-year-old. And again, just a little piece of scrap paper I just had lying about. I just grabbed it, using it as a bit of a backing to the cut apart the word. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, I do. Now these arrows again, I brought in like a little pack that was on one of the garage sale sites. They're a freckle fawn arrow. Love the look of them. Brought it and haven't used it. So it made the Find Your Stash first video. And I actually wondered how I'd go with this. I don't know if anyone else, how you go with your, scrappy stash. If you get to a point where you're like, right, I need to use some things. But yeah, just sort of throwing it all out onto the desk there and just going with it, really. And it's turned out really well. I really liked this spread. I think, yeah, it's come out really well. So just putting some scrap pieces to back this wood veneer leaf on. Again, in my collection of wood veneers, and I have to say, I don't think I've ever used any of the leaves that were in this kit, in this pack. I keep saying kit. And I really liked this paper, which I think came in a Kitaholic kit a while back, but I could be wrong. So we're getting out the diamond press again. I brought these not so long ago, these little banners. I cannot make banners. I can't make them at all, I don't think, because they never end up even and it drives me nuts. So I brought a die for my diamond press, and it worked perfectly. So here we go, just popping that on. So just using some double-sided foam tape to pop that up and just pop it out a little bit. Because to me that's a very flat picture. It's not a lot of colour in it. And the colours themselves that is in it is a bit flat. So just wanted to bring attention to it. Alright, so I think that's side 1 done. So it's a 2-page spread, number 2, side 2. Now this overlay piece that you see in the top, I didn't bother showing you the cutting of it or whatever. I think it came in a Project Life kit, I think, from memory. And I have a few of them left, and I always pull them out, to use them, and for some reason it just never works. But this one I did. It's just a picture of my stepdaughter and my little one. I think my little one was running down to her, and yeah, it was just a bit cute. But as I said, I wasn't showing you the whole process of that one, corner rounding and all the rest of it. Didn't need it. You get the point. Alright, so this picture actually I had printed, and then now getting it out to do this spread, realised it was a bit blurry. The one I just popped back in, it's got the blue butterfly on it. So I did embellish that side piece just to try and hide it and mask it a little bit. Otherwise, it's got a picture of my daughter, stepdaughter, and my partner when we all went for a walk together. Oh, and this drove me insane. So you can see here, oh no, I think I might have cut it out actually. If you have a look, you can see in the left there's a little round like vellum piece, and then there's a pink heart above my photo. I was trying to back that onto there, but it just would not work. And I hence edited out that whole process of me trying to make it work, because you just don't need to see that. In the end, I get a piece of the pink paper that you just saw. It's a scrap as well. Cut it and put this little flare badge on it. Now, I think these actually came in a little pack at Big W, and I think I saw them there the other day over the weekend. So they are really funky. I think they're like $3. So I was like, yep, I'll have those. They work. So yeah, I just pop that down there. I think it says love on it. I actually forgot to get my layout out of the folder in my album to guide me along. But anyway, that's okay. We'll roll with it. Now, I think, which big ones? Yeah, there we go, that bottom one. So I had a bit of an idea of what I wanted here. So yeah, with this card and the one at the top that I do, I think, next, I did have a bit of an idea of what I wanted on there. I did want something to put a bit of journaling on as well, but I do fuss around with what I put on this. I may not end up even putting the journaling on, I can't even remember. So here, the fingers are tapping, I'm trying to figure out what to do. Decisions. What will look best? Now, I think I got these little wooden pieces. They're a Kaiser Craft wooden pieces, and I thought they'd be perfect for this, being that we're outside and it was a bit cloudy each day. I do get out this pale pinky colour gelato and just scribble on the wood veneer, then spray my fingers with a bit of water, and then just basically smush it around and rub it in. It actually worked out perfectly. I was really happy with this colour. And really, really pleased with how this turned out. As I said, no plan, just winged it. And that's what I was saying before about wood veneer pieces. You can leave them plain, you can colour them, you can, here I coloured it with a gelato, you can spray them, you can use watercolours. Yeah, and they're just quite versatile as to, match into the colour pieces on your layout. Oh no, I mustn't put the journaling on. I don't know where I put the journaling now. So I think that's just some double-sided tape I pop up. And just use my wet, like the Tombow glue, to glue the wooden piece down, just because I know the tape won't hold it. There we go. And now these little pink flower hearts, which I think I brought, maybe 4 more years ago, when I decided that I would do an album for my stepdaughter. I decided I didn't have any girl things because my son, well, is a boy, obviously. And so, yeah. So I had to go and buy some girl stuff, and this is what I brought. Couldn't even tell you where I got it from, to be honest. So there's some more DIY shop of those gold phrase stickers. I fiddle around with this one. I'm a bit, things have to be a bit straight at times. So, yeah. Sorry, you can hear my little one in the background. Just pop some sequins on there to get it to sparkle a bit, and I'll balance out the colour. There's a bit of blue used on this layout. I think I did maybe have that in mind in looking at the colours. And that one's done. Now, I've learnt a lesson when I stick stuff down with the glue, and maybe it's because I'm impatient and don't sit there and hold the piece down, but when I go to put them in the page protector, if the glue hasn't set, then it slides off, and then I have fights with sequins and God knows what else. So, as you saw, I just pushed it to the side and I wait for it to dry, and then I pop it all back in, generally probably at the end. Yeah. So as you can see here, I just cut around this little Project Life card just to pop there, and then I put a bunch of flowers in behind it. Again, something that was in I think it's from a reject shop pack, actually. Could be wrong, but I think that's where it's from. And I just pop that behind it, and then this little tag piece as well. which I think says love always, or love this, or love something. Alright, so getting towards the last pages of this. Now I fiddle around with this card. I think it's so cute. It's my puppy dog with my daughter. And I have that tag there that says love. As you see, I've obviously played around with a bit and it's cut out a bit. I put a bit of a backing down. Stick that on just to, you know, highlight the love between these two. Alright, and I just add that blue little flower piece. Now I think I've used these before in another thing, but as I said, they've been sitting there for ages. To the point that I think the little sticky bit behind some of these embellishments that is wearing off. Go the blue washi so it ties in a little bit all together with the front page. Oh no, I take it off. There you go. Sometimes it doesn't need much playing around with, does it? There you go. Now I'm up to the last bit. I will do some close-ups, and I hope you enjoyed this first video. Tell me if there's any feedback you want or anything you might like in this series, but I am going to try and do maybe one a week if I get a chance. Yeah, just using up bits and pieces in our stash. Give it a go, and let me know how you go with it all. As I said, hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like and subscribe. And yeah, if you've got any